I didn't have any coffee left of just like one type of bean. I had a little bit of 3 different types of coffee. So I mixed them all together into like this one concoction. It's like vanilla, dark roast, and like a light roast. And it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but it's certainly not very good. What is up? How's everyone doing? How's everyone going? It has been a minute since I have talked to you guys, since I've been on YouTube. And I had this whole video made out about cleaning off the van, talking about where I've been, what I've been doing, and all this stuff. But I kind of scratched that idea because rather than just like talk about what I want to do, I'm gonna do what I want to do, if that makes any sense. So today is Saturday, and I just wanted to start filming and take you with me in terms of what I'm doing today. I want to try to do more videos in this space here. I've been trying to develop it more and more, design it. I don't have like a ton of room necessarily in this area, so I've been kind of pulling my desk back so I have more room in front of the camera for lights and audio stuff, things like that. I'm talking too much. I've been drinking a little bit too much coffee, and it's just time to get out on the mountain and have some fun for today, so let's go. So while I was getting ready, I figured I wanted to just briefly show you guys the rig I like to use when I'm doing my ski follow cams and stuff like that, which if you don't know what that means, it's just when I'm following another rider off jumps or around the mountain or something where the focus isn't necessarily me, it's someone else. So I need to ski and follow them. So this is the gimbal, the Karma Grip, on the El Grande pole. This extends a lot, so I don't have to get as close to the rider physically, and I can just use the pole. So if we do collide, which has happened, they hit the pole and the camera and not necessarily us into each other, and it's usually a much safer situation. So that's my setup. It's a GoPro Hero 7 Black. I think it's an awesome camera. Not really worth the upgrade to the 8 until the next GoPro comes out. So if you guys ever want to know more about kind of like action camera settings or just techniques, I would love to make more videos on this because this is really how I started. So a little side tangent, and let's get out to the mountain now. Always just gotta double check that you have everything before you head out there, which I think I do. And so everything from this point forward is going to be on the GoPro. I just hope I get a parking spot. If I don't, it's gonna be a problem. But yeah, everything from here on out is gonna be on the GoPro until we're done with skiing. Good morning, thank you. It's amazing how nice it feels to go skiing after a week, you know, just like every time you get up on that chairlift, it's awesome. I'm just gonna do a few warm-up laps here, probably just 1 or 2, and then head over to the train because I don't have a ton of time. First run here off of the top of Silverlip for the day here. It's a bit windy when you get up in the exposed areas, but it's not too bad once you kind of get down off the direction. So I'm gonna just do a run here to get like the legs loose and get moving here a little bit. So I'm gonna throw the old Fusion, which is like the first generation 360 camera, on my helmet here. I'm gonna swap this out to a J buckle and then just put it right on the front, and just see what we can come up with and just ski a nice little groomer down. Might put it at the end of the pole too. So let's do that and see what we can come up with. I didn't even realize there was a little park open, small little triple, so let's do it. All right, let's see, maybe just like a little one safety. Okay, so just a few laps to get the legs loose. I think I just did like 2 or 3. And now I'm heading back. I'm gonna ditch my poles and pick up the follow rig that I showed you guys earlier, and then head back out just to the park and just do park for about an hour or 2. So I figured I'd throw a head cam on as like a second angle to give you guys like a POV of what it looks like to follow someone as well as the actual follow. I figured it'd be a cool angle to cut between, just give us a little more. So let's go see what the park's doing. Linked up with the homie Jackson and Pip. I just got these all Pip, dude. I actually linked up with Jackson on the very first day, opening day. We did like 2 laps together before they had the big jump up and just and everyone's getting warmed up, so we're pretty sick. So Jackson, Pip. Jackson, what are you gonna do on these first 2 jumps, dude?
So on the first one, I'm gonna go for a cork sev seatbelt.
Okay.
And then on the second jump, I'm gonna go into road 5 bow and arrow.
Someone just got hurt on the first jump, so it's closed down right now. It looks like the dude's up and moving, which is a good sign. So, and Jackson's gonna lace this together. Usually my ski routine on a Saturday or a Sunday is I go to a place called El Chubasco in Park City. Mexican food, it's so good. And recently I've been getting these carne asada street tacos, and they're like $2 each. You really can't beat it. And they have this like unlimited like salsa bar, and they have all these different types of salsa. They give you chips. It's like Chipotle, except way, way better. I'm about like 2 hours until I have to head down to the airport for my flight at midnight. I have to pack, I have to get everything ready. So I'm gonna do that, and it's gonna be time to head down to the airport. I'm only going home for a few days, like 4 days, I believe. So I don't wanna take too much equipment with me back home, but I do wanna have some stuff that's pretty versatile for whatever we may do, whether it be some sort of adventure or just taking pictures of my family. So I kind of want a focal range that covers pretty much from a wide to pretty telephoto. And I think with the holidays, there's always a lot of cooking and food. So I think bringing a macro lens would be really, really cool as well, to be able to get some of the details of the food and that stuff. So I'm kind of using my 100mm macro lens, doubling as like my big telephoto lens, because it has a pretty fast aperture. So for portraits, things like that, B-roll, it's just a really cool lens to bring. And then a nice wide angle lens for vlogging, things like that, can never go wrong with. And then I'm also going to take a 50mm, which is an in-between of the wide and the 100 for anything else I might find myself with. And then I want to take my drone, because I grew up on the lake in a really old historic town, so I haven't really flown a drone there in a long time, just because I haven't been back in a while and things like that. So that's kind of my little kit that I'm gonna roll with and see how that fares. I think it'll do pretty well, but I still have to get all my clothes together. I haven't done any of my clothes yet, and I have like 2 hours to get to the airport. Bags are packed. I think I'm all ready to go. Hopefully I'm not forgetting anything. So down to Salt Lake International.
801.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Thanks. Thank you, appreciate it.
And just like that, I made it back to my hometown of Syracuse, New York. A few red-eye flights, and we have made it. And now I am going to catch up with my grandma and grandpa for some breakfast, get some rest, and just reset. I think days on red eyes are always interesting for the remainder of the day. So man, it feels kind of funky to be back here, but we're back. Now gonna go to grandma and grandpa's for some breakfast. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.